I'm just gonna start recording now. I mean, you never know. I could do like extra scenes maybe afterwards. But oh man, it's been a long day for me. I
Oh,
literally,
how's your
I
day
literally
been?
just got back from a date with somebody, so
How did it go? How did it
Ooh,
go?
it
cool.
went pretty well. We both had a good
Oh,
time. She seemed to like it, so yeah. All right.
oh.
Enough with that. Enough with my personal life. Let's get to the funny business. Let's get to
The
the
funny
podcast.
business.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hunter's Real World, a podcast where we just sit around, chat, and have a good time. Wow, I finally nailed the intro. 2 seasons in, and we finally nailed the intro, everybody. I'm your host, World of Hunter, and today I am joined by two people who have been on this podcast before. First, we've got Jack G Animations, who you might recognize
Hel-
from the last episode.
Hello, everybody.
And today we are once again joined by, unknowingly, the creator of The Man in the Suit, which actually
Hi,
turned
guys.
a year old about 2 months ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh.
hmm Yeah, that's cool.
So far, this is like the strangest podcast that I'm getting to host because I've got literally two creators right now, never met each other, pretty popular in the same call. It's just, I
That's
haven't
pretty
taken a
cool.
moment to realize how surreal this is. So, yeah, this is just a comedy podcast, nothing too serious, but I do have some questions here that I'm going to be asking both of you. First one is for
Yeah.
Jack. First one's for
Oh,
Jack.
hello, yes.
Okay, so, oh wait. Alright, I wrote these questions before the last two Project Britannica videos were posted.
Oh, yeah, the last two came out quite quickly.
Yeah, yeah, unknowingly he's got this analog horror he's works really fast with these. Probably
Mhm.
because of Titanic Honor and Glory, all that learning,
Yeah,
all the
they, they,
animation
they,
learning there.
they carry the series, I won't lie.
Exactly. So on
Nice,
Thursday,
nice.
oh, sorry, yeah.
Oh, so sorry. I was just saying nice.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
that's
okay.
pretty cool.
So Jack, on Thursday you posted a screenshot for the upcoming PB video, which was the Lusitania Archives Part 2. And
Yeah.
genuinely at first I was dreading to watch that because I have two fears. Actually, I have three. Um,
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid of the deep ocean. I'm afraid of heights, and also I'm terrified of drowning. So for some reason, I thought this was gonna be like a diving episode with like scuba gear and stuff. But when I learned it was the
Mhm.
Lusitania, I'm like, okay, good. It's just a submarine.
Just a submarine.
But yeah, I'm finally glad I got to voice a character who survived in that.
Yeah, you survived this time. You didn't sadly perish to the hands of a horrible thing.
It's funny
So
that unknowingly has no idea what we're even talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You need
I can
to.
ex
You can
I
either
can
watch his
explain.
series or you can watch my analysis of it, because it's
The
pretty long.
analysis is brilliant.
I'll
I'd
probably watch both later.
Alright, alright. Currently writing my script for the second analysis video, because, I gotta get
Oh.
more up to date on that, but I'm excited to just, like, casually tell everybody, oh, hey, wait, I forgot, I voiced in this.
That's good. I can't wait for the next analysis. Honestly, I've watched it. I watched it on the plane to America, actually. I downloaded it on my iPad and I just sat and watched it for an hour before they came around with the food on the plane.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But by the way, how was America considering you were in Florida when the infamous
Oh,
Hurricane Helene
oh, the
hit?
hurricane. Well, it kind of skipped past us, so it wasn't really that. We were all stuck. We
Oh,
all went upstairs because we were in this villa, and we had a cinema room. So we just watched Twisters during the hurricane. Um,
very
and
ironic.
it was brilliant. No, we watched Twisters, and then I watched Atomic Twister by myself because that one's not as good as the film, so I don't think people wanted to sit through that.
Also
Um,
referenced in your project, yeah.
Of course, everything I like is in that project. Um, but no, America was brilliant. Disney, Universal, all did all the theme parks. They're absolutely
Wish I could
brilliant.
afford to go there.
It's quite a place. Get ready to queue when you do go. You stand for about 3 hours just to go on Space Mountain and have your back
Oh,
broken.
yeah, well, yeah.
Um,
That's the same
yeah.
thing with the State Fair of Texas, which I'm going to in a couple weeks.
Oh,
So
very
yeah.
nice.
All right, next question. This one's for unknowingly. So,
All right.
I kind of already know your answer to this, but how did you feel when MatPat both reacted and analyzed your series?
I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely shocked. You know,
And so was I
I
too.
thought it was just, I thought, just like a little bit, a little bit of like infamy, and be like, oh, okay, this YouTube sees this YouTuber sees it. But never in my life have I ever thought that MatPat of all people would, realize that.
Exactly, and he did this before he quit YouTube.
Yeah, I know, which is, you know, he also, you know, published the goodbye thing, and then after that, immediately uploaded the Man in the Suit one,
Yeah,
which, not gonna lie, it's an honor to be one of the last, Matt Pat theories.
and yeah, that shocked me as well. But also, we might not get MatPat for Jack's series, but we're thinking, what if Wendigoon reacted to his series?
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be
Because
pretty
Wendigoon
cool.
has reacted to your series, but Jack's series, that'd be pretty interesting.
If Wendigoon watches Project Britannica, I genuinely might die. Um,
You die a happy
I
man.
love I love him a lot. He's like amazing. So if he sits down and if he just utters the name Project Britannica, my life is complete. So, if you're watching this, Wendigoon, hello.
I doubt he would, but alright. Yeah.
You never know.
Also, a follow-up question for Unknowingly, might get
Yeah.
a little serious here. How did you feel about him supporting you on what you were going through? Like, yeah.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I've been it was a deep hole, not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
that really, really boosted up my courage and confidence, ever since,
I mean,
that,
yeah,
but, you know.
it was such a heartwarming moment to see that. I'm like, oh, he gets this guy. He gets him.
Yeah.
Matt Pat's so lovely.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I literally died laughing when I saw his cameo in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Worst movie I saw of 2023, but I literally died of laughing when I saw his cameo. Didn't
I didn't know it
process the
was
scene
him.
once.
I was watching it and everyone in all my friends were freaking out, pointing at the screen like, oh my god! I'm like, it's just a dinosaur. What you're on about? And then he like left the frame, and I'm like, what? Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, it's him.
It was
Um,
it was not a good movie for me to see considering a couple friends dragged me to see it and also literally everybody in the theater were Gen Alpha kids with their
oh,
extra reactions to it.
oh dear.
Yeah. All right, next question for Jack. We talked
Oh
about
yeah.
this. We talked about this after we recorded the last episode, but sort of to tell the audience, what did you think about my audition piece for me voicing in the episode Expedition?
Well, okay. So this is a no, this is a nice story. Because obviously with that episode, it had the most voice actors of any episode. Because you had director Stainthorpe, you had Alex, you had Marvin,
Yeah, all
um,
those guys in the
and
video.
then I don't. Jack, did your character have a name? Were you Marvin or because there
I was
was
Lucas. I was Lucas.
you were Lucas? You Lucas. Okay, my brain's going. I'm like Dory. Um, so and I see. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do auditions because I love the fans being like I love the fans. They're like, oh my god, they're all brilliant. And I was like, I want the fans to be part of this. Um, and I'd heard you in the analysis. I'd heard you in some of the VC Q&As we've done.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of was like, if he auditions, I'm just gonna select him,
Oh.
even if like I don't know. I've forgotten every actor in Hollywood. If like Matt Damon came along, I'd probably still would have picked you. Um,
Oh.
because I was like, I'm just gonna get him in it. So you sent the audition, and I'm like, well, he's already got it. So no, your audition was brilliant, and it's why
Thank
I
you.
brought you back for Archives Volume 2.
Yeah,
Because I
literally
was like,
on Friday night, I was just scrolling through Discord, and you had gotten back from America, and first thing you asked me is, "Do you want to voice act in another video?" And I'm like, Sure, yeah."
yeah, I I got back all of the America trip. I loved America, don't get me wrong, but the whole trip after like day two, I was like, I really, really want to make another episode. So I had 2 weeks of essentially just not being able to create anything. And so I had about a million ideas, and I still do. So that episode was in the planning stages. I was walking around Universal and Disney. We were doing the Halloween Horror Nights, and I was
Oh,
going in the houses, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal that element. Oh, they did this in Universal, so I'm gonna put it in my episode. Um, so I had that all planned out. So the second I landed, we got back in the house, put all the suitcases away, ran upstairs. I just started editing. Um, I hadn't even gotten changed out of what I was wearing on the plane, and I was already editing. Um, so I DM'd you immediately because I was thinking, I was like, well, I'm gonna get Hunter in it again.
all right.
Um, so yeah, no, you were brilliant
I
in
have to
both
say,
episodes.
the thing that scared me the most about the Lusitania Archives Volume 2 video was the Elvis Presley jump scare at the very end of the video.
Oh yeah, that kind of scared a lot of
That
people. It scared
was
me.
that's my favorite song by him, but how my headphones work with my phone, I don't have a headphone jack, like a cord you plug your headphones in. So I gotta
All
have
right.
like a little USB cord attached, and then I plug my headphones in there. So
Yeah.
if the sound on the video goes below a certain decibel, the sound just immediately cuts out. And suddenly I'm met with
Oh.
silence. And then suddenly I just hear the start of the song. I literally just
Oh.
fall out of my chair.
Because I heard the song in an edit someone did of the series, and I was like, "That's a perfect song." And so I listened. I hadn't listened to the song before. I'd heard it in other
Yeah,
series,
it is a
but
good song, yeah.
it's a good song. But the song just kind of starts like you play it on Spotify, and you kind of jump out your chair. You're like, "Oh my God, it's going!" Like other songs, like you kind of get a bit of a build up. You know, the drums might come in
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
That song, it's just all guns blazing. So I didn't know how to blend it in. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make this a jump scare after they've just watched people die in a submarine.
Who knew the
Um,
scariest part of any analog horror series would be the king of rock and roll himself?
for real, Elvis Presley and Rick Astley, both of them now
Oh,
have
yeah.
features. I don't
Yeah,
know who's going to be
unknowingly, if you
next.
watch the series later on, expect a Rickroll.
Yeah, you get rickrolled in the you get rickrolled by his better song, I think,
Together
personally.
forever.
Um, I think that's his better song, I won't lie.
Oh, yeah,
But
anyways,
yeah,
next question. For unknowingly. Okay, I might be sounding a bit too desperate on this one. So, you know my series, Godzilla Fallout Extinction. I know all the fans watching this know this. And how you voiced a character in that.
Yeah,
How would you feel about an opportunity to voice a supporting role for like the second half of my film?
it'd be pretty cool. I don't know, but I probably won't do it because I'm gonna be a little bit busy
I
this
get it,
month.
I get it. But I mean, I could just cut down on some of the lines. It's not really a lot of lines for it. Maybe under 30. And also, I'm probably not going to be finished with the series until probably the end of next year, so you'll have plenty of time to do them.
All right.
All right, same thing to you, Jack. I want you to voice a character in this series since now we have the collaboration going on.
I need to be in that. You've helped me out, so I need to.
I mean, yeah.
I
Also show people who I'm in contact with. Even though,
exactly.
just gonna clear it up. I'm not doing this for any kind of profit. I'm just making videos for fun here.
No, I want to be in it. Get me a script over, and I'll do my best with my nasally voice.
All right.
Um,
Next question for Jack. If you were given the chance to dive to one famous like shipwreck, which one would it be?
Titanic
It probably
immediately.
should have knew that answer there. But besides Titanic, where else would you dive to?
Oh God. You'd think I'd choose Lusitania, but quite literally, it is just a soggy piece of cardboard at this point. So I'd just be looking
Yeah.
at like I would go to Britannic because
That's what
she
I
is
think you'd
in.
say, because it's less deep and it's just basically a twin Titanic. wreck.
A twin Titanic in remarkable condition, mind you, as
I
well.
mean,
The only,
exactly.
other than her bow being kind of broken off, she's like they've gone in. Apparently, like the interiors are still just kind of hanging in there. Like all these fine details are just sitting there, and the sun. It's not deep. It's not that deep. So the sun comes down. You get this gorgeous blue. There's sea life everywhere. Oh, I'd be down there in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in a safe submarine, mind you, not in a certain Titan submersible, or not in a Mia submersible in
Yeah, no.
1984. Um, so if it was safe, I'd definitely go.
All right, all right. Next question for unknowingly. This is regarding to the man in the suit. How far in the film timeline do you think you'd continue the series for?
Probably not past Heisei and or possibly Millennium. We're not gonna go past Millennium because you
Yeah.
gotta go in the deep of the heart where it started. You know.
I was thinking maybe you'd probably end off a series at like the Showa era. Maybe by the 80s, it's probably gotten
Yeah,
safer to
I'll
do this stuff.
probably do that.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of work to go through all of those kind of movies, considering literally
Yeah.
half of them are just people running around sets and suits.
Yeah.
All right, next question. For Jack, I'm currently in the process of writing my own analog horror series. Me and my friend
Oh yeah.
Fetch, unknowingly you've talked to him before, we had this idea for like an analog horror series. We were recording a Roblox video. We were playing Destroy the Ship, and we were just riding on a blimp. And we decided to go off the map into the void, and just out of nowhere,
Oh.
Fetch says, "What if we made an analog horror about this? Just an airship going out into nothingness, finding something mysterious in
Oh.
there." And then just out of nowhere, I had this amazing idea for it, so I'm currently writing it right now. It's like a 60-page Google Doc with like a script and
Oh.
everything. And realizing this, neither Fetch or I have any kind of 3D software to use. So
Right.
I was kind of wondering if I could get maybe a collaboration for it.
I think we can get that in order, you know. If you can find a certain, if you can find a 3D model of what you want the
Or
ship
I
to
can
look
try and
like,
design one.
yeah, if you can 3D model it, if you can
If
get me
I
a
can.
3D model, yeah, 3D. I tried 3D modeling once, and
My
no, I'm not
computer
going back
can't
there.
take it, but I could probably just like download Blender and like spend a while modeling a couple of stuff and then just send it to
Yeah,
you guys to animate it.
yeah. I mean, I have this new computer. The reason I've made the last two episodes so quickly, one because I was like dying to, um, but I can render quite quickly now, so I can just get a 3D model of it, get a ship going through the voids. I can have the stars, I can have the galaxy behind it.
Oh
I
yeah,
can have it
that's
be
the
pitch
thing.
black.
Later on in the video is there's not going to be any stars.
Oh,
That's the thing.
oh,
The series is mainly built on astrophobia and kind of cabin fever. So
oh, this is gonna be
So
good.
at one point, there's going to be a part where they get so far into the void, they just don't see any stars at all. They only have
Oh,
a
I really like
they only
that.
have a beacon guiding them on whether they should continue the mission, whether they should stop, or whether they should turn right back around.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yep.
Oh, well, there you. Yeah, that's right. I like this premise a lot. I want to help out on this 100%. Um, because space scares me a lot. I like the ocean. I'm fine with the ocean, but when it comes to outer space, oh no, I don't know. Get me out of
Yeah.
there.
One of my notes on here was bring up Godzilla -1. I've got like a Google Doc open right now.
Oh, that movie's like quite awesome.
I mean, yeah, I saw it alone. I was going to watch the movie with some. I had to plan to watch it with somebody, but they turned it down last minute, so I just ended up
Oh,
watching the film completely by myself.
I think that's probably the best way to watch that film, to be fair.
I thought it was,
Um,
but I didn't really appreciate it that much until like a few weeks later when I started listening to the soundtrack and kind of rethinking of
yeah.
everything I saw.
It takes a little while because I saw it with three of my other friends, and they thought they were going to see Godzilla X Kong, so they were in for a
Oh,
big surprise. Yeah, we were halfway through the movie, and my friend said, "So when does the pink Godzilla come into the movie?" And I'm like, "What? What are you on about?" And he was like, "The pink Godzilla and then the King Kong with the Infinity Gauntlet," and I'm like, "Oh." Oh, that's not this movie. So they
oh
thought they were
no.
going to see a completely different film. Um, they liked,
That's
well,
yeah.
yeah, two of my friends really liked it. Well, I say really liked it. They liked it. One of them didn't at all, which is fair because it's when they think of Godzilla, they think of like Godzilla King of the Monsters. They think of Godzilla X
They
Kong.
only think of the
Um,
American films.
yeah, or like they see the goofy clips of him sliding along the ground and smashing into Megalon. They
Oh
don't
my
think
gosh.
horrible war drama and the human will to live. But I
I'm
loved it.
honestly glad that they won the Academy Award for Best VFX.
I was like on the
The
verge of, no, I think I did
second
cry a little bit.
the nomination list came out for that, I immediately knew that they were gonna win it.
Oh yeah, I like because the other nominees were brilliant. But I was like, no, they're gonna win it surely.
Especially with the
Um,
budget they had. They only had
$15
$15 million
million. No, it was less than that. It was 12 million, I think.
in Japanese money. Yeah,
That's incredible. It's inspiring.
I didn't even
They
know half the film was CGI.
I don't know how they did it
I thought
because
like they were actually in like a city set or something, but
yeah, like it's just a marvelous film. And the water simulations were 200 terabytes.
mm-hmm.
I think it was anyway. Yeah, no, 200 terabytes, which is about 200 of my computer. So that's quite scary. Um, that's just the water. So oh my God, I'd love to
Yeah,
see. I'd love to see. What would be really cool? This is for unknowingly here. Man in the
Yeah.
Suit, if it was adapted. Not saying you should do this, but I'd be really interested to see how it would be adapted if it was for the CGI Godzilla films. I don't know how it would work, 'cause obviously there's not a man in a suit. Um, but
Hmm.
I don't know how it would work, but that would be really
something
interesting.
I came up with the idea with. AI is becoming irrelevant these days. What if there was something wrong with the AI and like rendering some of the images for it?
Oh,
But then
I
again,
do
if
Why
like
that
would they
that.
use AI?
I don't know. It's people tend to rely on AI these days, but I don't know. I don't think there'd
They're
really
on it
be a
far too
concept
much.
for that.
I don't know how it would work. But it like, or maybe it could work for Shin Godzilla because that did have a.
It had
They didn't
one
use the suit in
animatronic.
the movie.
It had a
It had one
strapped
animatronic.
animatronic.
That would be cool. Like a story, like Oldest View by Kane Parsons with the giant in the mall.
Yeah.
Um, Something like that, but for the Lost Shin Godzilla animatronic would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Like, because Shin Godzilla's scary. Like.
Mhm.
-1 Godzilla was like if I saw it outside, I'd shit a brick and I'd be like terrified. But if Shin Godzilla started walking towards my location, I think my heart would just stop.
That's
Um,
why I chose
'Cause
him for my Fallout Extinction movie.
he's brilliant. I can't wait to see that
Mhm.
finish. By the way, I will be sat with popcorn watching that. Um,
Mhm.
Godzilla's so cool.
I think
Um,
I think literally the worst thing about me making that series is the people begging me to do it. Because there's a couple people who are commenting like by the way they word it, it sounds like they're like forcing me to do it. I'm like, dude, do you know how long stop motion takes?
yeah, just stop motion
And
is
also part of
I
it, it's not even stop motion. It's just me holding my figure in front of a green screen and moving it around, which maybe I should get some 3D collaborators on that or get an SH Monster Arts figure.
Get a higher Godzilla. SH monster arts are a bit weird nowadays.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
might just try and hire a 3D animator for it.
I tried doing Godzilla before Project Britannica. I had here's some trivia for you. Before Project Britannica, there was a scrapped Godzilla sinks the Lusitania film that I was gonna do.
Huh?
Um, yeah, no, there I had a whole. In fact, you know the South Shield set from Project Britannica with the little dockside from episode one, introduction.
Yeah?
That is actually the set from that Godzilla film with the lamppost and everything. That was from the Godzilla film. Godzilla. It was going to be the 54 Godzilla. He was going to come out the ocean in 1915 during the First World War, and he was
Mm-hmm.
going to barge through. He was going to destroy some battleships, and then he was going to grab the Lusitania and essentially just smash it apart, and then climb onto land and destroy some artillery and whatnot.
Oh.
Um, it
Hmm.
was gonna. If I'd done it, I reckon it could have been cool. But I got like 5 minutes into animating, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't animate Godzilla."
It's
So I
easy
was
to
like,
animate ships because all you gotta do is just move it forward.
"Oh yeah, it's literally like people are like, oh yeah, animations look really good." And I'm like,
That's what
Unreal
that's what
Engine
motion
is.
capture's for when it comes to
Yeah,
animating actual creatures.
yeah. You need motion capture or like a Warner Brothers sized team to animate Godzilla.
I have to
Um,
say, your animation for the researchers in your expedition video, that was pretty well made in my opinion.
well, I feel like I cheated with that a little bit because what I did. I'm gonna do this for my sinking ships because obviously I do Project Britannica, but I have a whole other side where I do like I animate the actual historical ship sinking. And what I did is I just took a walking animation, plopped it on
Oh, okay.
one of the people, and I did the exact same thing I do for the ships, where I just made them go from point A to point B, and I made it so the feet line up with the floor. Um, So it was actually quite easy. So I didn't
Hmm.
actually animate them, sadly. I'm letting all the secrets out tonight. Um,
It's
but
perfectly fine.
I don't think I could have animated them actually walking because it would have looked. I animated Delta.
Yeah,
When
I noticed that. By the way it looked like it was running in that episode, I was like, that looks more animated to me than the guys walking.
yeah, you can tell I wasn't born to 3D animate creatures because the
That's why you do it
I
off camera.
Yeah, yeah, you can see in the ulterior motives tribute video, whatever. What was that video? The subscriber special. I have a 4K cut of that shot without the VHS filter over it. It just looks horrible. Like it just pops up out the floor and it like its arms just go everywhere and its legs kind of one leg goes forward, the other leg kind of goes to the side and
Mm-hmm.
it looks kind of scary with the filter on. Without the filter on, it just looks horrible. So the VHS filter definitely
Just a
carries.
goofy run.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of 3D things, I need to ask you something normally because I actually sat and watched a few of episodes of Man in the Suit yesterday. It was the one I've forgotten the name. I'm so sorry, but it's where the guy shotguns the man in the
The
suit,
Ghidorah incident.
the Godor incident. He shotguns the man in the suit. How did you do that with the running through that corridor? Because that looked brilliant.
Well, we got a team, we got a wonderful, great team that does like great work. Uh, Before I had a PC, well, they helped me out with like the running animations and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
that you see from there is technically from the team itself.
it
What
looked amazing.
What about
Like I
the pictures where it shows the decapitated man in the suit and then the head regenerating?
Oh, that was freaky. That was
Again,
brilliant
that's
stuff.
uh again that's with the team and their great work of their blender and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That's the thing.
It,
Both of you guys' series is good. Here's the man in the suit terrifies me. Every time a video comes out, I literally gotta have like one earphone on because I get scared very easily and I don't know what I'm expecting from that. Project Britannica, on the other hand, that is just more of like it's more of mystery than it is scary. And in
Mm.
fact, what's interesting about the series is there's a lot of cinematic shots in it. Like most of it isn't VHS stuff. It's just a lot of cinematic stuff with what happened to these ships and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like a movie, but it's a blend of analog horror and a film, which makes it
It was
interesting.
what I have the same thing when I was watching Man in the Suit. Like I was watching it in bed and I was like, I'm gonna turn all the lights off. I want to make it pitch black. It's autumn now here in England, so it gets dark really early. Um, so it was pitch black, and I sat and watched the Ghidorah video. No, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Like
I
it was
refused to
just
turn my
so.
sound on when I saw the guy running through the hallway. I'm like, no.
I had a pillow covering my eyes because I was a bit scared. It was brilliantly done though. Like honestly, I was sitting because I've been watching them since they came out. And I feel my other Godzilla friends have as well. And like they're just I love the story of it. Like because I never thought like when I saw Godzilla analog horror being made, I was like, oh, is this gonna be just like the painter? Absolutely not. Oh my God, the story is brilliant. I love the idea of the Godzilla suit just being alive. Like, oh, it's scary. Like,
It's
because
unnerving.
I'm it's very unnerving and like I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like being constrained. Like if I'm in an elevator by myself, I'm fine. If I'm in an elevator with like 20 people, no, I freak out. So to be inside the suit, like I'd already be scared. I could not be like one of these mascot people, or I couldn't be a suit
Mm-hmm.
actor because I just like they'd start recording the film and they just hear me crying to get out.
I could not
Um,
be a furry.
Literally, I couldn't. I'd be scared. Um, and just the premise of it is just horrifying. It's the same with the Mothra incident, with the girl in the Mothra lava suit. Like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
when I go back and watch the Showa films, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my God. That like I'm thinking of the man in the suit watching this, and I'm like, oh, it's scaring me now. Um. Like honestly, it's such a well done series. Like it deserves all the
Watching the
coverage.
series, I go back to the novel that I was writing for it. I'm thinking
Oh,
about I'm coming out right now to everybody. I'm thinking about scrapping that novel.
oh. Wait, what was it like a
Okay.
novelization of the
So,
series?
no, so the novel that I had in mind, I was thinking about going down a more relatable route with a man in a suit, like somebody who works at the studio doesn't see this guy as just this big, scary, mutated entity, but sort of sees that this person is going through a lot. We need to be supporting him. And when more of these episodes are coming out and more of them mainly showing him as still the villain, I kind of look back in mine and I'm like, am I wishing for too much with this series? Am I trying to make the series better for myself? I don't know.
Interesting idea. I do like the man in the suit being just
I guess I might need
it
like unknowingly's input on it. Like, is my concept okay for it?
Pretty alright.
All right.
it's honestly the concept of the series is fascinating.
I'm
Like I
saying
didn't
this because I know after this, people are going to be asking me where the audiobook for the latest chapters are. Because every time I write more chapters, I just record myself narrating it and then release it to show everybody how the story's going.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've got like maybe 5 more chapters I need to record before I get to the point where I've stopped.
I need to listen to this then.
It's,
I'm not someone who can
it's
read.
pretty
Well, no, I
interesting.
can read, but I can't like sit through a book like just in front of me
Oh,
because like I'll get through
I've also
like
got the PDF, but yeah.
I'm definitely an audiobook person.
Okay.
Because um I got Audible and I did, like I always wanted to read something. I just didn't have the attention span. But just sitting and listening to it's really nice. So I'd be interested in listening to that.
This is why I've
Um.
started a podcast, people.
Yeah, no podcasts, audiobooks, anything I can listen to, I love. If I have to read it, my brain kind of just goes away.
Oh, by the
Um,
way, this is the first official episode that I'm both releasing on YouTube and Spotify simultaneously.
Ooh, very
Nice.
Yeah, that's
nice.
right. Everybody listening to this, we're on Spotify now. So if for any reason you just don't want to search this up on YouTube, just go to Spotify and listen to it.
I can't believe I'm on Spotify right now. Hello, Spotify.
All the older videos are on Spotify. This one will be on Spotify. So yeah, go ahead and watch it.
That's so good. Oh, that's just reminded me of something as well, actually. About Project Britannica. You you just watched the Lucille episode, didn't you, Hunter?
Yes,
That
when I
came
got
out like
home after I'm not gonna say it, everybody. When I got home
after
today from my
something.
long day, I sat down and watched it. It is a cinematic masterpiece. It's the second video alongside with a video called Origins. You know what? Here's the whole playlist right now for you unknowingly. But the Lucille
Ooh.
video, it is top-notch cinematography. And honestly, it's a good change from seeing all the VHS effects.
The the cinematic. I could talk about the cinematic thing for hours, but the thing with Lucille is the music because
Exactly, yeah.
I made that actually.
You made that music?
Yeah, I made that. And do you want to know how I made it? It's why you bring up Spotify intrigued me there, because this isn't something I don't think I've spoke about yet, and I'm still working through it. I don't know whether I'm gonna do it yet, so this isn't 100% confirmed. But at least with the Lucille episode, this is the first original Project Britannica's soundtrack, and
Okay.
there potentially might be more original tracks coming um that I'm having commissioned.
Huh.
So I don't know whether it's happening yet because I'm having a few things commissioned for the series. I won't say what they are yet. One of them, one of the two commissions I have going at the moment is music. The other one I won't say yet. But I'm hoping I need to figure it out because I that thing you heard in Lucille. I took some metal grinding noises. I took sounds of, like, do you know when your ears ring after a loud sound? I
Yeah.
took those kind of tunes and I basically just melded them together and made some kind of track out of them. Like, I
That
didn't
re-
use F.
that reminds
That's
me of a
it.
video I saw where somebody made like a tornado sirens harmonizing.
I think I've seen that. I've seen
It's
that. It
really good.
sounds kind of similar. Um, I took because I love music that is kind of just not. There isn't really a rhythm or anything to it. It's just sounds, and it kind of like it works along with the visuals. And so I just sat in Premiere Pro and I just took all these metal screeching sounds and I took these I don't know what it's called when you get that ring in your ears.
Tinnitus.
I don't want to try to pronounce. That's it. I didn't. I was gonna say I was gonna pronounce it completely differently. So thank God I didn't say it. Um, I took those kind of sounds and I just slowed them down. I pitched them. I put loads of reverb on them. Um, and if those tracks, because I got them off a stock sound effect website, which I pay money to use, if I can use them to make like a song, and like that's legally my song, even though I've used other sound effects, I might try and publish it on Spotify as the first of Project Britannica's soundtracks, because
Hmm.
Hayne Parsons does that with Backrooms and All Is Few. He does all of his music in FL Studio, and the Backroom soundtrack is just magnificent. Like, he is a mastermind of cinema and audio. I don't know how he does it.
I'm gonna come
Um,
clean right now. I am not an analog horror person. Dare I say it?
you need
Literally,
to
the only two series that I have actually watched are you guys' series, both of yours.
you need to watch Backrooms. It
I've
is.
only seen the original video, and I could not stand it. Too scary for me.
Oh, you're not gonna like some of the episodes in it then.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
don't
That's the
watch.
thing. I've seen people reacting to some other analog horror projects. The Smile tapes, God forsaken if I've ever will watch that again. But there was another one about like these kids drawings. That was pretty interesting. But
Oh,
analog horror as like a genre, I can't really stand it unless it's about something I'm interested in. Like I've seen the Suitmation trials before I infamously made the videos What Happened in 1954. Then there
yeah.
was The Man in the Suit. And then Project Britannica came around this June, and here I am today.
That's very fair. I mean, I had that kind of making the series because everything I like, I've just kind of put in the series. Like, Hunter, I kind of like ulterior motives a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Um, just a little bit. Um, so
That
that's in the series,
that
and it's
80s song that you oh my gosh.
that I really definitely just only like a little bit, just a little bit. Um,
Unknowingly, he
that's
does not just like it a little bit. Just I'm warning you right now.
Well, I definitely didn't buy the boombox for $500.
Look at his profile for
So
crying
you're
out
fair.
loud.
If you don't know what ulterior motives is unknowingly, I
Here we go.
will. Do you know the song Ulterior Motives, the Lost Media track, or have you not heard of
Oh, is
this
it the
before?
one that was like found in like one of those like weird videos?
Yeah, it was in one of those certain 80s films. Um,
He's getting him
and
addicted, people.
the song is really good. The movie's horrible, but the song is really good. And I'm obsessed with it, and I might have bought the pink boombox that is related to the song. But I put that in the series.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be a major part of the series at one point, actually. Listen,
Awesome.
there's going to be a thing with that. Obviously, the whole series is about ships. Because I love ships more than I love people sometimes, not to be rude.
That's the thing,
Um,
unknowingly. If you're not interested in maritime history, this series is a good start for you because it is heavily based off of ocean liner history and architecture. Like, you should see the server that I'm on, where every time a video comes out, these people are breaking it down frame by frame, and it is just amazing. And that's what my
it's
analysis video does. It simplifies all of this. Yeah,
it's
That's awesome.
it's heavily in depth. That's why I love this series.
It's crazy because they know the ships better than I do. Because I obviously I work for Titanic Honor and Glory and Oceanliner Design, so I know a lot about Titanic. I know a good bit about Lusitania, and I know about the Titanic sister ships.
Oh, wait,
Outside of
hold on.
that, my knowledge
Yeah.
dies.
You
Oh,
know what? Continue.
outside of that, my knowledge just kind of isn't there. So people are like, "Oh, is this ship going to be in the series?" And I'm like, "I've never heard of this ship before. What's this?" Like the Florizol, was that it? The one that
The
everyone thought was the
Florizel,
rescue
yeah,
ship?
some
Yeah,
ice ship that,
everyone thought
yeah.
I didn't know what that was. I still don't know what it is other than an ice ship. Like my knowledge is the big ships, which is why those are the ships you're gonna see in Project Britannica. You're never gonna see some random like fishing boat from like 1860 that three people care about,
Mm-hmm.
and you're never gonna see like there's some ships you're just never gonna see because I'm like, wow, that is just a rust bucket. Um, so a lot of the ships I love are in the series. Obviously Atomic Twister got its cameo. Godzilla hasn't yet. I don't know how I could get Godzilla in this. Maybe
Could just be
in a
like
bit.
another channel flipping episode.
Maybe I could do that. I could have them flipping. It's like in Mars Attacks where the aliens are flipping through the TV
Oh,
channels
that
in the
movie, yeah.
UFO and they see Godzilla versus Biollante on the TV. So maybe I could have I don't know.
Something similar to that.
I could have a show. I'll have a Showa film. I'll have a Man in the Suit reference. I might have Gojira play on the
Yeah, play
TV.
the original film.
Uh, the original Godzilla is like still just remarkable.
Here's
Like it
another
is.
thing I wanted to bring up. So obviously, what we can already see, unknowingly, you have 150K subscribers. Jack, you only have 9K. But here's the thing, Jack is more popular than you people think. Because he's the one who
Hmm.
animated this real time sinking back in 2023, which currently has 6.8 million views.
It's on 6.8.
Wow.
While the man in the suit is I really need to do the math here. So one video, it's got over 2.4 million plus 1.1, 800K. Actually, I might be wrong here. I might be wrong.
It's on a big. I remember I was because I was going through the videos yesterday, watching them, and I was counting through the view counts, and I was reading the comments as well. There's a lot of because obviously I know a lot of people were quite. A lot of people are horrible about the series, which I don't stand for that. It was horrible stuff. And they're wrong because I think the series is brilliant. Um, but a lot of the comments were really positive, and it was lovely reading through a lot of the comments from people who just love the series. And it was interesting reading people's theories in the comments of Man in the Suit. That's one of my favorite things is going in the comments of
Mm-hmm.
analog horrors and seeing what other people think. So that was really nice going through the comments of that.
That's
Um,
also a good reason why I am making this podcast to kind of show everybody this series isn't some profit gaining and isn't these series aren't meant to really poke fun at anything. They're making these for fun, everybody. Like
yeah, it's
it,
just it's something we
like
both love to make. It's art really. Like it's
I get my hate from people. Like there are people who just can't stand me. There are some people that I can't stand. But I'm just doing all this for fun. And that's what all of us are doing.
exactly just got to crack on with life and enjoy it. And we're doing what makes us happy, and a lot of people love it. I mean, what? 2.3 million people have sat and watched Man in the Suit. More than that.
Probably 4
Um,
million if I'm thinking cuz
yeah.
if all the views
Matt
are the same people then yeah,
and Matt Pat's seen it and loves it, so you're doing something right.
exactly.
Um, that still amazes me. I remember when say I think one of my friends mentioned to me, they're like, "Oh, Matt Pat did this Godzilla thing," and I'm like, "Man in the Suit." And then I sat and I'm like, oh my God, he's covered Man in the Suit. I was blown away. Um, it was so cool because I sat and watched Man in
And
the
it was
Suit.
so weird seeing that literally I think it was less than a week after I recorded the interview with you unknowingly when he reacted to it. That
I-
was
It's
oh my
incredible. And
goodness.
then Wendigoon sat and watched it. I watched him watch it last night because I watch a lot. Some of the analog horror series I haven't watched myself. Like I think Greylock, I watched a good bit of it, and then I watched Wendigo and watched the rest of it because I got very scared. Greylock is, if you want to watch a terrifying one, Hunter, that's one for you,
Oh
Greylock.
no, no, no.
Um, the latest episode of Greylock, as at the time of recording this, is most of it is all done through a phone call and security footage, but it is like I don't know how the guy did it. I forget his name, but he did such a brilliant job with that episode. Like I was watching it while cooking, and I was like, I'm just gonna stop cooking. I'm just gonna go upstairs and watch the rest of this because it's too good. I just stopped making pasta because I was just too in awe at how good the episode was. And I sat and watched it in bed, and when the episode ended, I was literally frozen and I was like, I'd only just started making Project Britannica at this point, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to step it up here because like the analog horrors people are making is just phenomenal.
Exactly.
Um, he did a brilliant job with Greylock, so that's another one I'd recommend.
Honestly, Jack, I wouldn't be surprised if you made a Britannic diving episode with scuba divers just to show my fear and make me
I
terrified to
honestly,
watch a video.
I have other plans for. This is not the end of underwater stuff with Project
Oh
Britannica.
no.
If anything, this is only the start, really.
Oh
Um,
no.
and I'll mention another thing. This isn't to do with the diving, but I think I mentioned it in one of the Q&As, and I maybe mentioned it on the podcast. And I know I mentioned it to Andy. I think Andy will be watching. Um, but the series, I'm still working through it. It could fall. The plans could fall through, and if they do, oh well. The series will continue on as is. But there is plans for the series to go slightly live action. Um,
Yep.
and I think people are going to either no people. I think people are gonna love. I hope people are gonna love what I make. but people are either going to like be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing," or people are going to be like, "Oh my god, this is fucking terrifying." Sorry for swearing.
No, you're
Um,
good.
but I have a scene written that's all live action, and I'm getting a few of my friends are at university because I skipped university to do all of this stuff, and thank God it paid off. But they have access to like film cameras. They can get all these big cinema rigs and these big camera mounts. And a lot they do it a lot for iPhones, so you can get like these big giant lenses and make your shots look like they've been made for like a Hollywood film, just shot on an iPhone. And
Hmm.
so I have an episode planned, sorry, that is going to be live action in areas. I think you and many people are gonna be horrified watching it.
You
So
mentioned this after we recorded the podcast, so this is the first time some people are hearing this.
yeah, this is the first time people are hearing it. Then well, there we go. Because I don't want to be too secretive with the series, because like, again, the fans
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the episodes when I'm making the episodes. Like, obviously, I make it for myself. I make it because I want to make it. But and that's how it started. But by episode like 5 or 6, I was like, okay, a big part of the reason I'm making this is because there is a community out there who enjoys this so much. So when I'm always checking the Theory channel in that server. I was checking it at Universal. I was walking around Disney reading it. Whenever a video premieres, I set aside an hour after the video's done. I just read what everyone has to say. Um, because like I just the fans like if I keep talking I'll just keep going around in circles, but like the fans genuinely just make my day with this series. Like to have people sit down and watch what you make and enjoy it is just a beautiful thing. Um so I really like just love and respect everybody for sitting down and watching it. Um
Exactly. Yeah.
and I also because obviously the series has been a lot about mystery, and I think that's where it's where I feel best. I like making more of a because every episode has analog horror at the end. Realistically, it should probably be analog mystery, but that's not a genre, so I'm not going to call it that.
That'd
And
be
there
an
are some
interesting
horror
concept.
elements. Be an interesting concept. I'd classify Project Britannica as analog horror slash mystery, I think. Um, but speaking of that, I do want to get the series to be a lot more horrifying at some point. There's gonna be future episodes I have planned, which I'm hoping people sit down and like they leave it thinking, "Whoa, that was great," but they also leave it thinking, "Oh my God, that's gonna like stay with me for a while. That's terrifying." Um, so I have some tricks up my sleeve and I have some plans in my head, and hopefully I can get those plans out of my head into Premiere Pro and make something pretty cool. We'll see though. But yeah, there's some big plans in the work, so hopefully everything goes to plan. Um, but yeah, all of that came from you mentioning Spotify. Wow, I love rambling.
Yeah, so do I. But I keep my cool, you know?
Yeah.
I could also be rambling about something like I was rambling about politics while driving myself home from today. So
Completely
yeah,
fair. I do the same.
I can keep myself busy. No, we are not talking about politics here.
No, no, definitely not. God, that would be controversial. The whole new podcast for that.
That's what Joe Rogan is for.
Exactly, or I don't know, whatever the hell people listen
One
to that
thing
isn't
I'd
this.
like to bring up. Have you ever thought about making any kind of merchandise for Project Britannica?
Oh,
Because I know unknowingly
oh,
you recently just released a Man in a Suit plushie for your series.
what?
You didn't
I
know
haven't
that?
seen this. No, Googling this. Right.
Just check it. Just check his posts.
Oh my God.
Yep. He's being real
Oh, and
silent about this.
I know we're trying our best to make an ad for it.
oh, I'm gonna have to buy this.
I don't want to sound like a tyrant here, but we need more talking from you unknowingly. This has just mostly been Jack rambling.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm just waiting for my turn.
I mean,
It's
the
all
floor
cool.
is free. If you want to host this podcast, go ahead, because that's something I wanted to say at the beginning. I'm gonna give the floor to you guys, and you can bring up
Yeah.
whatever you want. And now
Oh,
there's
this.
just the awkward silence.
I'm buying this
Sorry.
plush. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna buy that plush. This looks brilliant. I want it.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm
That's
just
so cool.
I'm just here for the memes, you know.
Real.
I'm just here for
Oh
the comic
wow.
relief, and then I'm just here to hear you guys' input, because I know the fans out there
Exactly.
are raving.
For real. Let's sit and watch and trying to piece together any like lore we might draw.
I can already imagine that there's like four different like categories for how viewers watch this video. First category is someone's watching this doesn't even know who both of you are. Second and third option is they know who one person is, but they don't know who the other is. And then the
Uh-huh.
fourth option, which might be very common, somebody knows who both of you are, and they're just like, how did he get these two in the same call?
When you brought up that you wanted to do another podcast, I was oh sorry, I had a cough. I was like, oh I want to do a podcast. Then you said, oh we're gonna do it with unknowingly, and I took a pause and I'm like, oh my god, like the
I have
like
resources, my friend.
it's like genuinely unknowingly, like you are. I when I was making Project Britannica, I was watching your series because, like, I mean, I said it earlier. I'm just gonna say it again. Like, it is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Thank you very
I
much.
I loved it so much. And so it was like on my, I guess, mood board. I don't know what you'd call it. I had like an ideas board of stuff for my series, and
He's got a
so I was
Wendigoon
watching
style
through.
whiteboard for his
I do
ideas.
actually, yeah. Where is it? I don't know where it is, actually.
But the funny
Oh my
thing,
god,
the
where's my
fun
whiteboard?
oh, funny thing about this
Oh,
whole podcast idea, literally I came up with this video while I was riding the bus from like my tech school all the way back to my high school. Like I was just sitting on the bus like, what if I got these two in the same call? And here we are a month and a half later. And I'm still
honestly,
trying to process this.
so I am as well. You're not the only one.
I might have changed a bit. I've got less butterflies in my stomach doing this since when I interviewed unknowingly back in November. Cause Fetch and we were excited, and now it just feels like I just hopped on a call with a few friends or something.
Mm. No, I was like that on the before I joined this about an hour ago. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm on a call with a celebrity.
Keep it together,
Um,
buddy.
literally, I was before, literally like a minute before I joined. I was downstairs. I was getting a glass of milk, and I was like, just keep it cool. It's all good. Be
I mean,
fine.
we're all
Um,
bros here. We're all relatable in our own ways. We're just
exactly.
complimenting each
We all
other's
love
work.
exactly, and we all love Godzilla. So
Well, I'm trying to steer away from that community. I'm gonna be honest.
oh yeah, it's a. I have
No
friends
offense,
in it, but
everybody.
like
No offense, but it's
I
just
know
I can't
some of
handle
the
it.
community's beautiful. Like some of the community's beautiful. I feel like you unknowingly will know the Godzilla community far more. Because
Mm-hmm.
the whole series is literally like one of the
Yeah,
biggest pieces of Godzilla media at the moment. Um, but it's a interesting community, I think is the word we could use.
it is
Um,
interesting.
The ship community
um,
is far more lenient because literally all people talk about is just like the architecture. They make their own designs of ships. So it's
yeah,
a pretty chill community. They're obsessed with this kind of stuff, but it's very chill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of the ship people are a bit unhinged. I've met a few
Oh yeah.
in my time who are like, it's like, whoa, okay, someone needs to go to therapy. Um, but no, most of the ship community is absolutely fabulous. But you get your few stinkers here and there. A few people who really didn't like Project Britannica and the ship community, because a lot of the analog horror people seem to really like it, so I'm happy about that. But some of the ship people weren't too pleased.
Probably because
Um,
of the alternate universe timeline and how confusing it can be.
I think some people had that, so because I know a lot of the ship community, like a Godzilla community, steers quite young. The ship community literally goes from like ages 9 to like 80. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
older people in the community. So
Like
when
people who
some of them
work on
got,
ships for a living. Like naval
yeah, no,
engineers.
some actual people who work on ships are in the community. Some people who've been to Titanic are just part of the Facebook groups. Um, and some of them have come out and said they like the series. Some of them have not. Won't get into them,
I said
but
this in the
you
last
do.
podcast. It'd be real hilarious if Mike Brady from the Ocean Liner Designs YouTube channel were to have hopped on this call.
That would be very funny. Well, I'm on a call with him,
That would
and
be a hilarious video for me.
that would be quite a crossover event
Do you
indeed.
have him on speed
Get
dial?
three creators in.
Hypothetically, do you have him on speed dial?
I messaged him about 40 minutes ago, showing him the latest episode. So, oh yeah, I have him on speed dial. All right.
All right,
Um,
now I'm gonna shut up.
oh,
But yeah, you
but
guys have your communities, and then my community of people who see my videos. It's kind of strange. Like it's like a mix of people who know Godzilla, who know Lego stop motion, and then people who know about ships. Because some of my
yeah,
most popular videos were about like a Lego sinking of the Lusitania.
I haven't
But
seen that.
some of the people, God forbid, I personally know, and it just I don't know. It's strange what they
It's
view me as. They view me as like this celebrity kind of when literally, dude, I just make videos, dude.
Aw.
But no. But that's the thing. I don't like it because
Aw.
these people they want to make a wiki about me, and I'm like I don't want a web page about me.
You
Like
don't
it's
want a wiki about all your personal details?
no. I
What?
don't want that. I don't want that.
Oh, I'm
I mean,
glad I haven't got a wiki page.
especially when someone introverted tells you that, it's just like, yeah, I think I'm good.
Oh yeah, no. I'm in between introvert and extrovert, so if I woke up one morning and saw there was a wiki page about me, I'd be like, let's delete that one. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, every now and then I'm checking Google and seeing if that does happen, and when it happens, I'm I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges, people.
it depends if they put anything bad on the wiki,
That's
like
the
if they're
thing.
like,
I don't
so this
trust
is.
those pages because I'm not the one in charge of it. I don't know what kind of rumors they'd spread about me on there.
Oh, if they do rumors, then you can press charges. If there was a wiki page and it was like, oh, this guy, he just makes these videos, I'd be fine with that. If there's a wiki page where it's like, so this is where he lives, this is what his bedroom looks like, I'd be like,
Yeah, if
oh,
there's pages that get really in depth to what I do, I don't like it. But if it's like a
no, that
Wikipedia, if it's like a Wikipedia, just like a basic rundown of my channel, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
that's
Wikipedia.
fine. Yeah. I mean, I haven't made it to that point yet. Although,
You
if you
were
go on the,
Project Britannica was
if,
referenced. If you look up it's no longer there, but if you looked up the RMS Martania on Wikipedia
I was about to say that, yeah,
at one point
it was
Project
on there at
Britannica
the
was
time.
on Wikipedia.
I see if it got removed, did it?
It did get removed.
Let me have a look, because I remember someone brought it up, and I was like, why is it on here? Yeah, no, it's gone now. That was I remember saying that, and I because that was like when the series wasn't even that big, and I was like, how the hell is it on here?
Hmm.
Um, that was quite funny.
The man in the
Um,
suit made it to IMBD. IMDb?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Huh.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna have a look at. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a. Oh,
Okay. Well,
who? Wait, unknowingly, who made this? Is this a fan poster or is this a one you
I'm not
have made?
sure. I haven't
That's
made this.
really, that's really cool.
you know you're big
Oh,
when
I'm
IMDb starts reviewing your own projects.
I'm just looking through Man in the Suit visuals now on Google. Like, oh, I'm
Now
just
we're
gonna keep
veering
saying it.
down a different path with this.
It just looks so like just the horror's just spot on. Like it's this picture of a 1955
Why?
Gorgie.
Dude, why did you post? Oh my god. Oh,
It's
why?
so
I didn't want to
it's
say.
so well
Okay.
done.
I didn't want to say anything throughout this entire thing. Last time I did an interview with Unknowingly, I brought up that image. I was expecting Fetch to post it. He somehow fished it out of his gallery and jump scared me. Why did you just do
It's
that?
it's brilliant, is what it
I
is.
look at
Like
that image in infamy because it reminds me of the video I made. You know what?
honestly, like
You know what? Fine. I'm showing you right now the exact video I'm talking about. We keep
it's
cir-
brilliant visuals.
we keep
Like
circling back to this, people. Oh my goodness. So
The second one image, the second one right there, I made that.
yeah, that one's pretty good. But
that's my
back in
favorite.
January of last year, I made this short film. It's a combination of
Oh,
Lego stop motion. Then literally, I took that image, copied, cropped the head off of it, put it on my 1954 figure, and just made a PNG of it.
oh, I've gone to the end where you can see it in the guy's eyes.
Yep. I made
It's a scary image.
I made a colorized version of that recently because I realized I still had some of the
Oh.
footage from that. But yeah, here's the thing. That's what delved my channel into chaos because people were begging me to make more of this, and I'm like, okay, now I see the complications of being a YouTuber here. And that's where I made
God,
the ARG. That's where it was. Oh my gosh. I'm giving myself
oh,
trauma by bringing this up. Why did I bring this up? Why did you bring that image up?
because it's brilliant. It's the second one. That second one. Make sure you show this to people who are watching as well.
I am
Well,
gonna show it,
people on Spotify can't see, sadly.
and I'm gonna regret
Um,
editing it.
it's the second one that you unknowingly made. The one like that is just like this is why I love analog horror because the VHS filler just even just a normal movie on VHS just kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't know. I think it's just the distortion of it. Um, but just that visual alone is just like there's just nothing behind his eyes. Like oh, I just love it. I'm gonna
Actually,
go
there
real
is
serious
something
now.
behind his eyes.
I can't say it.
Oh no, I see it right now.
Let me
I have my
see.
computer doing this. I faintly see the eyes on the second
Oh my god,
image.
no, I can't see the eyes. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, you guys are talking about that one.
Yep.
I just saw the eyes.
All this time, I thought it was just nothing behind the eyes, but now I'm never gonna unsee that.
This has made me
Surprisingly,
want to
I can
go.
take that image, but the first image you sent, Jack, I cannot take it.
Oh no, they're both like. I see any of them in the middle of the night in my room, and that's it. I'm dead. Heart stops.
Oh my
Gone.
god.
I'm gonna rewatch Man in the Suit after this now
Of course
because
you are.
I'm looking through these visuals and I'm like, God, I want to watch this again. Um, there's another visual I want to speak to you about unknowingly because it like I watched it was when Godzilla's in the street and it was the photos taken by the little kids. That like that's one of my biggest fears is like just someone outside my house. So to have a mutated Godzilla suit outside the house or just in the middle of the street is absolutely horrifying. So well done for scaring the shit out of me with that one. Um, like it was such a good where is it? I'm watching the episode
I
now. I'm
actually look
seeing.
at those images in comfort because I really like the feel of like walking around a like foggy area and seeing that. But that image, no, I can't deal with that one.
Oh no, I found the foggy nighttime one. This terrifies me. This is brilliant visuals like that because me and my friend go out on walks at like 2 in the morning, and it just looks like this. And like the last time we went out on a walk, we were actually like talking about Project Britannica, and we walked through this like it was pitch black, and we were like, wouldn't it be so funny if like something jumped out at us? And then as we said that, the bushes started shaking. We both looked at each other, and just legged it. We just ran as fast as we could.
And this is the
Um,
part in the podcast where we don't talk about analog horror, we just talk about personal stuff.
Personal stuff, honestly. But no, seeing that reminds me of it. It's just I can't get over the visuals in the series. Honestly, it's just so well done.
You
Like
you brought
genuinely,
up
I can't wait.
Jack, you brought up elevators earlier, and it drew me back to one podcast episode I made where I talked about two of my experiences in an elevator. Actually, three.
Oh,
So,
right.
I was once trapped in an elevator all by myself. Just,
Oh God.
I was at this summer camp college. Well, I was at the summer camp that was at a college. I decided to like skip whatever class I was doing, and I was roaming around the building. Take the elevator down to the first floor. Arrives at its floor, doors do not open. And 9 year old me was freaking the heck out. I was just like, oh my gosh, I was bawling my eyes out. I did hit the call button, and I was probably only in there for like 5 minutes. Just
Oh no, that terrifies me.
worst
I
thing,
hate.
literally the same day, I didn't learn my lesson. I rode an elevator with a friend of mine at a completely different building on the campus. We end up in the basement. Just
The man in the suit was probably
Ooh,
waiting in there for you.
spooky.
no, no. When I look back at it when the back rooms were relevant, I'm pretty sure we ended up in the back rooms. We just doors open, all we see is insulation exposed and then this boiler. And yeah, I almost lost my friend because he walks outside the elevator and then the doors begin to shut. Luckily he ran back
Oh
in.
God.
But even so,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he could have gotten back up to the first floor, but oh man.
unless that was the back rooms, and then like the elevator disappears or something.
This was like
Oh, that's a
this
nightmare.
was 4 years before the back rooms were even a thing.
Oh, I'm gonna start thinking about the back rooms again.
Oh my goodness. We're starting to trend again, people.
The back rooms terrify me. Like, I, the yellow rooms I'd really like. Like, if I could spend an hour in the yellow rooms of the back rooms, no creatures, no nothing, just an hour with like my best friend walking around the back rooms. We both said we'd walk around the back rooms for like an hour if nothing was actually in there to kill us. But it's the other bits of the back rooms I don't like, where like the walls go white, or when it's like a more industrial looking back rooms, that's when I start like freaking out. That's when I can't watch them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Hunter, you'd love if you hate that, you'd hate found footage number 3 that just came out of back rooms.
Oh no.
It's like it's almost an hour long. It's honestly it's brilliant.
What? Huh?
Yeah, it's
They
almost an
really make
hour long.
these videos that long?
Well, there's a Backrooms film coming out, you know. It's by the creator, but with A24.
Okay.
Do you not know this? There's a
I
Backrooms
don't
movie
know any of
coming out.
this. I've never caught up with any of Kane Pixel's series.
Okay, when this is finished, you need to go and watch everything Ken
Nah,
Pixels
nah,
has
nah.
made.
I'm watching Smitty playing the Backrooms game. I'm right after this. I'm watching Smitty play the Backrooms game.
Okay, that's real. And then after that, you watch Ken Pixels Backrooms and Oldest View. Because that's Backrooms but in a mall with a giant statue running about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly Kane Pixels is like my number one inspiration for Project Britannica, so I think you'll like what he does. Obviously, it's not about ships, but
I mean,
like
obviously.
the style of Project Britannica is very similar to Baccarum, so I think you will like it a lot. I can't recommend it enough. Um,
I'm excited to really start working on my Into the Void series that I brought up earlier because I also I am fascinated with space, but I know how terrifying it is. So
Mhm.
just you don't really see a lot of horror associated with space.
There's
And I was
yeah, no,
thinking
you're
about
right.
this being shot like it's security cameras all over this ship. Then one person on board, they brought like a video camera with them, just like recording everything that they're doing and that such. I'm gonna say it right
I
now. The main premise of the series is that they're in the void, an asteroid hits the ship, and there's a monster in it that's roaming around the ship. It's
oh
kind of like a combination of Alien and Interstellar, but just they're in the void. They're in nothing. There's nothing around them, and the only thing they see is this glowing green beacon telling them, "You're continuing your mission. You're not turning around because of this."
I can't wait to see that be made and to watch that because like that.
I need to make concept art for it.
Oh yes, constant. That's like get concert art going.
Actually, you know what? My
Oh,
my friend, he's a creature designer, so he's actually got a
oh, there we
drawing of
go.
what the monster's gonna look like.
Can we see?
Yeah, hold on.
I'd be very intrigued to see this because creature stuff just terrifies me. Again, it's why Man in the Suit scared me because creature stuff just I freaks me out. Like I'm scared of spiders. Never mind like a giant creature
You brought that
thing.
up in the last video.
Um, yeah, no. Oh, but I mean, I when we were because we were meant to do this yesterday, and we caught that spider I was telling you about. Basically, for people watching, there was a spider in my house, and I was very scared that it was gonna. And we didn't know where it was, and I was very scared it was gonna sneak up on me while we were doing the podcast.
He doesn't
So
even know.
I told two of the guys that if the spider appears, I will have to leave and kill it, and then I will return. Because I'm terrified of them.
But anyways,
Um.
this the version 2 design of what the monster will look like.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's very into
Mm.
paleontology, so he wanted this to be more of a realistic design, but
I've
also
read.
something
That.
like fictional. Like this thing can basically survive in the vacuum of space.
Wow. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah, and the ship that they're on, I want it to look like a giant zeppelin, like a giant golden zeppelin that's like 3 miles
Oh.
long, half a mile wide, and just very future looking.
I was thinking of Wally with the
The
I don't know what
Axiom,
this
yeah,
called.
that.
The Axiom. When you brought it up, I was just like, I'm just imagining the Axiom. But a big golden zeppelin
I
is
just want
cool.
this to be like the Hindenburg, but space.
That's a good premise. I like that because I quite like the Hindenburg as well.
It's kind
Um,
of like a steampunk kind of
oh,
collaboration.
that's yes, yeah, that's a good way to describe that.
Nice.
I can't wait for this.
So, do you guys have anything else to talk about? We've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes already.
Have we? Oh my gosh,
Not
I didn't
really.
realize that.
All right, well,
Uh,
I guess we'll end it right here, everybody. So, thank you both for joining in this very strange episode.
it's
This
been very fun.
this strange collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I don't know. We're probably not gonna do this again, people. But if you want to see more strange collaborations like this, I don't know, like the video. I know I say I'm doing this for fun, but I just want to make sure that people are liking this. So,
yeah.
anyways, thank you all for listening. Thank you both for joining, and we will see you all next time.